All right, guys, thanks for joining me again. This is episode 2 of the Happiness Advantage. We're going to be looking at principle 1 today while I have you guys here. And granted, I'm in my car, so if you guys do hear any random noises, it's because I'm doing this podcast out and about. So principle number 1 of the Happiness Advantage talks a lot about a couple of things. One of them is being Martin Seligman. If I say that wrong, I'm butchering it. Martin Seligman. He's the pioneer in positive psychology. He broke down happiness into 3 measurable components: pleasure, engagement, and meaning. Okay? So pleasure, engagement, and meaning. I think all 3 of them are equally important when talking about being happy in your life, right? Doesn't matter if you're having pleasure if you don't have any kind of meaningful engagement in your life as far as human interaction, as far as being engaged in something wholesome. And then also, there has to be meaning behind everything, right? If you're just looking for carnal pleasure that has nothing to do with, you won't be happy, you know? You have to have a positive and good meaning behind everything you do, because those are the things that makes pleasurable and engaging things happy. You will become happy with those 3 things: pleasure, engagement, and meaning. Okay? And then for the author, Shawn Achor, happiness is the joy we feel striving after our potential. Let me say that again. Happiness is the joy we feel striving after our potential. Okay? I feel like everyone knows that deep down inside we can all be better. We can all move towards something great. And I only feel like happiness comes when we are striving after that potential. And I totally agree with that. Because in my eyes, happiness is progression. Striving after our potential. They're almost synonyms, right? It goes on to say, instead of narrowing our actions down to fight or flight as negative emotions do, positive emotions broaden the amount of possibilities we process, making us more thoughtful, creative, and open to new ideas. So negative feelings all come down to fight or flight. So it's like we're either going to push through it or we're going to run away from it, right? But if you can get your mind to think positively, we process things better, we're more thoughtful, we're more creative, and we're more open to new ideas. That's crazy cool. Okay? So here's some more of the chemical side of things as far as happiness goes. Positive emotions flood our brains with dopamine and serotonin, chemicals that not only make us feel good, but dial up the learning centers of our brains to higher levels. They help us organize new information, keep that information in the brain longer, and retrieve it faster later on. And they enable us to make and sustain more neural connections, which allows us to think more quickly and creatively, become more skilled at complex analysis and problem solving, and see and invent new ways of doing things. So it's just expounding a little bit on the chemical reactions, right? Part of why positivity makes us thoughtful, creative, and new ideas, open to new ideas. And then people who put their heads down and wait for work to bring eventual happiness put themselves at a huge disadvantage, while those who capitalize on positivity every chance they get come out ahead. Guys, I mean, especially in sales, in sports, anything like that, everyone just says, put your head down and work every day, work hard. And this is like completely saying why that theory is broken. Because it says people who put their heads down and wait for work to bring eventual happiness put themselves at a huge disadvantage. So just every day grinding, hating your life, and then waiting to be happy at the end puts yourself at a disadvantage, as opposed to if you capitalize on positivity every chance that you get, you'll come out ahead. You'll actually enjoy, those things that maybe are the grind. Okay? That's huge for me because, I'm always thinking, when this, then I'll be happy. But guys, when we're grateful and really are humble ourselves and say, I have it good. I'm enjoying the process. I'm learning. I'm developing. I'm trying to chase my potential. That's when we come out ahead. And then 2 last little thoughts, and then I'll leave this with you guys. Even the smallest shots of positivity can give someone a serious competitive edge. We can't discount the small things that make us feel positive, okay? Like a kind gesture, someone who compliments us, right? Even taking a moment just to sit down and be thankful for all the blessings that we have. Those small shots of positivity can really get you through hard times, can push you through the day, can get you through the last 10 minutes. Sometimes the smallest little shots of positivity are the best. Happiness is not just a mood, it's a work ethic. That is crazy, guys. Happiness is not a mood. You have to work on it. You have to work and choose to try to be happy. Okay? And so I think a lot of it comes down to, self-reflection. Like, whenever you're grumpy in a mood, you get offended, you're just disappointed, frustrated, just take a moment, step back and just say, it's not a mood that I'm in. It's something I need to work on, and I need to choose to work on it right now because it is a work ethic. Okay? So, brief summary. Happiness is pleasure, engagement, and meaning. We need to strive after our potentials. If you're happy and positive, you're more creative, open to new ideas, and thoughtful. There's a lot of chemicals that help us retain things in our minds, learn quickly, problem solving, invent new ways of doing things. People who put their heads down and just try to make happiness work eventually is at a disadvantage. And those who try to be positive every chance they get come out ahead. Small shots of positivity can give you a huge edge on everything that you do. Happiness is not a mood. It is a work ethic. Okay. Thanks so much for joining. Again, this is The Happiness Advantage. It's a great book. We'll go on into the next chapter tomorrow about how to improve your mood and raise your happiness throughout the day. These are things that you can actually do to break it down and how to actually change that into a work ethic instead of just a mood. So I appreciate you guys being with me today, and I look forward to it tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Stay happy.